Sean Combs is a monster.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there was cameras.
Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me.
Something is not right with this.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think is going through Christian Combs' mind when he got served these legal papers? Granted, it is a civil suit. This is not a federal indictment or anything, but I mean, it could lead to that, as many things have happened with Diddy that have led from civil to a federal type charge. But it's real now. I mean, he himself is getting, it's not just rumors that he's been involved in this or that. There's actual legal paperwork that's been drawn up.
I was told that Puffy wasn't too happy about anyone who had a relationship with Kimberly. I was very much under, listen, you promise on our son's life, just stay out of the way. Don't do this, don't get involved. Being told, please, don't do that tough guy Mount Vernon. You will get killed.
Oh, God. Y'all won't believe the latest tea about Diddy. Things are getting seriously messy, and now his own son Christian might be joining Daddy Dearest behind bars. Like, can you even? So, Al B sure just dropped some major bombshells about his ex-wife Kim Porter's tragic passing. It's been one of those dark mysteries in the industry that everyone whispers about, with so many people side-eyeing Diddy. But honey, hold on to your seats because this story just took the wildest turn. According to Al, Diddy's son Christian helped cover up whatever happened to Kim. The truth is starting to come out, and Christian might want to get some legal advice from his dad ASAP. But wait. What exactly did Al spill? Did Christian really help his dad cover things up? And if he did, why? Let's dig into this piping hot tea. Remember Courtney Burgess? If you're drawing a blank, let me fill you in. He's this super important witness who came forward right after Diddy got indicted, bringing receipts that'll make your jaw drop. TMZ reported that Porter gave him rights to her intellectual property before she passed in 2018. His lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, spilled that Courtney met Kim through a mutual friend in the music biz. Later, in a separate call, Kim told him she'd send over her diary, the one she'd been working on, and that's how he got those rights. This diary? Oh honey, it supposedly exposes all of Diddy's shady business behind closed doors, including how he used celebrities for his own pleasure. And get this, the feds managed to snatch some tapes that Kim allegedly took from Diddy's private vault.
She says she has a plan, but it's dangerous. He has a vault where he keeps the videotapes of all of his conquests. I started sleeping with him again, and after he falls asleep, I would go into the vault, take some of the tapes, make copies, swap them, etc. Took her weeks to do this, but she finally has them all, and this is her way out.
Can you believe there were 11 flash drives with at least 8 tapes involving 8 different celebrities? The scandal.
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being or potentially under?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let me
be,
rephrase
right,
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Now, everyone thought this evidence would send Diddy straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. But honey, this is where things get messier than a Real Housewives reunion. According to Courtney's lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, they were planning to publish the book through Amazon. Talk about spilling the tea. The reactions? Mixed, to say the least. Some people were side-eyeing Courtney, thinking he was just trying to make a quick buck. Others were like, yes, expose it all. But here's where it gets juicy. Diddy's sons Quincy and Christian were not having it. They slapped down a cease and desist order faster than you can say, bad boy for life. In the letter, which TMZ got their hands on, the brothers claimed they were the rightful heirs to Kim's intellectual property after she passed in November 2018. So, according to them, those diary entries, theirs. They even had the nerve to say the whole flash drive story was patently false and misleading. But get this shade, they added that if it were true, those flash drives belonged to them anyway. The audacity. They gave Kourtney an ultimatum that would make even Regina George proud. 5 days to shut down the book sales, zip his lips about it in interviews, hand over anything of Kim's he claimed to have, and give back any coins he made from the book. But Kourtney wasn't about to take that lying down. He clapped back with his own legal response, and the tea he spilled, scalding. He and his lawyer dragged Christian and Quincy for trying to profit off their mom's fame, pointing out that Kim wasn't some actress or entertainer. Her fame came from being Diddy's longtime love interest. Kourtney stood firm that Kim gave him those rights before she passed, period. And the shade got even darker. Kourtney called the brothers' cease and desist a desperate move orchestrated by Diddy to squeeze money out of him. He basically called it a pathetic attempt that showed just how broke Diddy and his sons must be. But wait, there's more. This isn't the first time Diddy's sons, especially Christian, have tried to block their mom's tell-all from seeing the light of day. A few months back, this book called Kim's Lost Words: A Journey for Justice from the Other Side popped up on Amazon. It was published by Chris Todd, real name Todd Guzzi, under Millwood Publishing. The book spilled some seriously disturbing tea about alleged violence against Porter. It claimed Diddy slapped her when she wouldn't use a certain toy in the bedroom and even threatened her life. It also detailed how Diddy supposedly made Porter cover up his mistreatment and hide evidence of his crimes. The book's most explosive claims? They were about Diddy's alleged activities. Porter claimed she found and copied tapes of Diddy with young boys he managed, including an 18-year-old pop star. There were also allegations about group activities at Diddy's homes involving celebrities of all genders. That book got yanked down after being exposed as fake, but here's the tea. The second it hit Amazon, Diddy's kids, especially Christian, were all over it like white on rice. Christian, the twins Delilah and Jesse, and Quincy released this statement basically saying they were tired of all the fake news about their parents' relationship and their mom's passing. They insisted their mom never wrote a book, and anyone claiming to have her manuscript was lying through their teeth. They also threw shade at any so-called friends speaking for their mom or family, saying they weren't real friends and didn't care about her. Now, at first glance, it looked like Christian was just being a good son, protecting his mama's legacy. I mean, that book, Die turned out to be fake. But honey, the memoir Kourtney brought forward? That's actual evidence in Diddy's trial. So why is Christian fighting so hard to keep it under wraps? Shouldn't he want the truth out there? Some fans are giving Christian the side eye, thinking he might have been part of Daddy's enterprise. They're saying the reason he doesn't want his mom's real memoir out there or the truth about her passing exposed is because it might implicate him too. One person spilled the tea saying, "Whatever makes them feel like victims, because I don't think their hands are clean when it comes to their father's mess." And let's not forget, out of all Diddy's kids, Christian's been the one showing up to all his dad's hearings.
It was interesting too because this time around, Diddy was brought in first. He was brought in about a couple minutes after 2 p.m. today, and we were all kind of waiting to see. We had heard mumblings that his mom might be in courtroom, that we were waiting for the children, but then nothing happened. But then, in another twist and turn, the children do walk in, but this time it was a lot smaller bunch than it was the last time. So last time you're having all of Diddy's children, except with the exception of Love, who is just a 2-year-old child, so she wasn't at court, but you had all of Diddy's children there except Love. But this time around, you just had Justin Combs and Christian Combs, meaning that there was no Quincy there today. Delilah and Jesse weren't there. Chance wasn't there, and the caretakers of his younger children who aren't of age just yet, they were not present inside the courtroom as well today. But his mom also wasn't in court today. So when Diddy came inside, it was still that standard issued MDC jumpsuit. He's wearing khaki. From that video of, I think that was obtained by Daily Mail back in September, of Diddy playing hacky sack in Central Park, to now he appeared just astonishingly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different from the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thinner.
It's giving very much invested in Daddy's trial, and most people think it's because he's got something to hide. And honestly, that's not a stretch considering Christian's got his own drama brewing. Back in April 2024, this woman named Grace Omar K dropped a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court against Christian, and the allegations, chilling. According to the court papers, everything went down in December 2022 when Grace was working as crew and bartender on Diddy's family yacht. What was supposed to be family time turned into what Grace called a hedonistic environment. Early morning on December 28, 2022, Grace found out Christian was coming aboard to record with producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones in the yacht's makeshift studio. He'd been staying on shore, but would join his dad some evenings. Grace says he showed up totally wasted and wouldn't stop creeping on her. Later, he got her alone and things got physical and aggressive. And get this, there are actual recordings because it happened in the studio that was recording everything. When Christian got aggressive, Grace is heard saying, "Excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that." Then she's like, "I have to go down, I have to go down." Christian tried to convince her to stay, but she pulled this smart move saying she needed approval from a crew leader, knowing full well anyone who could approve it would be asleep. Genius move that helped her escape. But the nightmare wasn't over. Later that night, Christian came at her again, asking where he could sleep. Since she was still working, she showed him to the yacht cinema where people sometimes crashed. That's when things got terrifying. Christian blocked her exit, stripped down, and tried to force her to do things. Grace fought back, but Christian wouldn't stop until another employee walked in. The lawsuit even includes photos of bruises on Grace's arm from where Christian grabbed her. Diddy got named in the lawsuit too for enabling this behavior. Christian's response? Posted a Snapchat story saying, "Stuck with the BS," and denied everything. But this lawsuit, it's giving where there's smoke, there's fire vibes about Christian having his own closet full of skeletons.
As far as the civil case is concerned, so more people might feel emboldened, like, look, there is a criminal case here. This means that what happened to me is valid and I am free to speak out about it, right?
So if Christian wants to keep his freedom, and who doesn't, he'd probably do anything, like helping cover up his dad's crimes and making sure his mom's real story stays buried. But some people aren't giving up on exposing the truth. Al B. Sure is still fighting the good fight, determined to expose Diddy. He just appeared on Peacock's new documentary, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, and spilled some serious tea. The documentary team said Al's got a complicated personal connection to all this drama, and he's still processing how to tell his story. According to Al, Porter lived in fear during her relationship with Diddy while they were raising Quincy and their other 3 kids. He shared these haunting words from Kim, "Don't get involved, you will get killed." Al said, "Let's just say you got to listen to Kimberly because not only was she trying to save me, but she was putting her own life in danger." Even after Al and Kim divorced, they stayed close and she would confide in him about Diddy. After Sean begins to see Kimberly and I remain friends. She started to confide in me. What she did say is that something's not right, his soul has gone completely dark, like he's just not there. She made me promise on a certain Quincy Taylor Brown's life not to ever reveal because she was in complete fear of my life. That's exactly why Al wasn't buying the pneumonia story in the autopsy report. He had that gut feeling like something wasn't adding up. He'd just seen Kim looking fabulous at Quincy's Christmas movie screening, the holiday calendar, just 2 to 3 weeks before she passed. About that memoir, Al believes it's out there somewhere. Someone cracked her phone and computer passwords and found out she was documenting all the behind-the-scenes drama. The public had no clue what was happening right under their noses, but plenty of people turned a blind eye. Al's been through it, honey, and he's still searching for answers, but he's not backing down. He said, "In hindsight, I'm glad that things transpired the way they did because this journey has prepared me for another level. I made a decision to go hard as it relates to opening the case on the miraculous death of Kim Porter. So even if Christian Combs is doing the most to protect his daddy, Al B. Sure is matching that energy to expose the truth. The question is, will Al finally crack this case? Is Christian really helping Daddy Dearest cover up his mess? And will Christian end up facing charges once everything comes to light? The plot thickens, and honey, we are here for all the updates. Let us know what you think in those comments below, and don't forget to check out our next video.